Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well, studying well and liking what you're learning in science, because now it is giving you an in-depth knowledge about everything that you may have learned in your lower classes, but now you're getting to learn about it in more detail, okay, and getting an in-depth knowledge about it. So children, now we are going to talk about rocks, minerals and fossil fuels. So we'll speak about rocks in general, the kinds of rocks which are there, what are the minerals and what are fossil fuels, okay. So before we start, okay, you have to look at this picture. This picture is of one of the 7 wonders of the world, okay, which is in India. It's the picture of Taj Mahal, which is in Agra. So it is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And do you know what is it made up of? Yes, it is made up of a stone which is known as white marble, okay, and it's a kind of rock. Now, many other buildings, okay, and historical structures are made from rocks of different kinds. So it's not only in Taj Mahal, okay, you also have many monuments and structures that are built in India, okay, and they are made up of different types of rocks. So let's know more about rocks. Experimental learning, you have to name the objects from which these things are made up of, okay. So look at the monuments, the structures or object and tell us what it is made up of. Now what are rocks? They are made up of one or more minerals, okay. Now the type of rocks, it depends on the quality, it depends on the quantity and also arrangement of minerals in it. So all the rocks which we see, okay, which you must have seen near the sea, you must have seen near the rivers, okay, or in the mountainous areas and all. Now these rocks, they are nothing but they are like, you know, they are made up, they are nothing but an arrangement, okay, or a quality and quantity of minerals, okay. So different minerals are the constituents of those rocks. According to the method involved in the formation of rocks, okay, they can be classified into 3 categories: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and the metamorphic rocks. Now what are these igneous kind of rocks? Okay, the base of all kinds of land. So the base which is there on of all the land, okay, plains, mountains, ocean beds, okay, they are formed of igneous rocks. Now what are these igneous rocks? They are also known as the fire rocks, okay. Now they are formed under the ground, okay, or they can be formed above the ground also, okay. It happens mainly because of the volcanic eruptions, okay, and the molten lava which comes, okay. So under the ground, okay, they are formed when the melted rock, okay, when the rock melts, okay, under the crust of it, that is known as the magma, okay. So deep within the earth, it is trapped in small pockets. As these pockets of magma, they cool slowly, the magma becomes igneous rocks. So after the magma becomes cool, it starts transforming itself into igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are also formed when the volcanoes, they erupt, okay. That causes the magma to rise, okay, above the earth's surface, and when the magma appears on the above the earth's surface, it is known as the lava, okay. Now when this lava, it cools down above the ground, okay, that's when the igneous rocks are formed. Now the type of igneous rocks that are formed, it depends on the kind of mineral that magma has, okay, or contains, and the size of that mineral particle. Granite. Granite is a type of igneous rock, okay, and it is the most common igneous rock which is found on the earth's surface. It is an igneous rock which is formed from the magma, okay. It is composed of minerals. It has minerals like quartz, mica and feldspar in it. Granite, it comes in a wide variety, okay, of colors. It depends on the content of the feldspar, okay. It is mainly used in the construction of buildings, statues and streets. Basalt. Basalt is formed from rapid cooling of lava. So when the lava cools down rapidly, okay, near the earth's surface, basalt is formed. It has fine grains on that, okay, fine grained minerals. The structure is very fine, okay, due to the molten rock cooling too quickly. Now, basalt, it's usually grey or black in color, okay, but rapidly weathers to brown or rust red. Track down, find out, children, okay, which is the hardest natural substance on earth. Okay, I know the answer, all right. I'm sure that we'll learn about it during the course of this lesson. Now, pumice. Now, what is pumice? It is a light colored rock which is formed when superheated rock is violently ejected from a volcano. So, when a very highly heated rock, it erupts out of or it gets ejected very quickly out of the volcano, okay, that's when pumice is formed. Now, it's a light colored rock. It has a foamy appearance. It looks like a foam, okay, because of rapid cooling, and it is a stone that can float over water. It's a light weight stone and it can float over the water, okay. Dentists, they use this powdered pumice for polishing the teeth, and it is also used as a scrubber to remove rough skin from the body. Then you have the sedimentary rocks. Now, sedimentary rocks are the rocks that are formed by the deposition of materials at the earth's surface and within bodies of water. So, whatever the material is deposited on the earth's surface, okay, within at the earth's surface and also the bodies of the water, okay, that helps in the formation of sedimentary rocks. Now, sedimentary rocks is the collection or the collective name for the processes that cause mineral and organic particles to settle down and accumulate. Particles that form a sedimentary rock by accumulating, they are known as the sediments, okay. So, these particles of sedimentary rocks, they are known as the sediments. Now, sedimentary rocks, they are very important source of natural resource. They have like coal, fossil fuels and drinking water or ores, okay. Then you have the conglomerate. Now, what is a conglomerate? It is a rock that that has pieces of other rocks, okay, glued together to form one large chunk. So, when other pieces of rocks, they get glued together, a large chunk is formed, okay. Now, that rock is known as the conglomerate. It is a sedimentary rock. It is found near the beaches, rivers, glaciers, okay, where ice and water drops are, okay. Where water or ice drops them off, okay. So, they come down because of the water or the ice drops. Now, these rocks, they are made up of pebbles. Pebbles are small stones, okay, and other small rocks are there in these rocks, and generally conglomerate is used for decorative purposes. Then you have the sandstone. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock, okay. It is usually has quartz, which is a mineral, okay, in it. It's formed when the grains of sand are deposited by agents or erosion like water, wind and rain. Now, sandstone, it is used in tiles. We use it for making tiles, concrete play, sand, okay, glass filing, polishing metal, sand blasting and making buildings also. Even the famous Red Fort in Delhi or the Agra Fort is made up of sandstone, okay, red sandstone. It is red in color. Okay, limestone. Limestone, these are rocks, these rocks, they are sedimentary rocks and they are made from minerals which come from the beds of evaporated water bodies. So, whatever water bodies they get evaporated like oceans and from animal shells and all, okay. This rock which is there, this limestone, it is used in concrete, okay, and it is considered as an excellent rock for building structures, okay. So, especially in the humid regions. Chalk that we use for writing on the board, okay, it is also a type of limestone. Shale. Now, shale is the most abundant among sedimentary rocks, accounting for roughly 70% of this rock type in the earth's crust. Shales, they are often found with layers of sandstone or limestone. They are formed in an environment, okay, where mud, silts and other sediments, they get deposited in the deep ocean floor, basins of shallow seas and river flood plains. Now, shale, they are very important for making raw materials. We can make raw materials, like we can use this shale rock for tiles that we have, for the bricks, and also for making pottery. Okay, so it is it's more like a muddy, or because it is formed in the environment, okay, where there is mud or silt and other sediments. Okay, that is why it is more used as a valuable raw material. Okay, and that is why you can build bricks, okay, or clay articles with it. Then you have the metamorphic rocks. Now these rocks, they are formed when existing rock types, that is the igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks, they are subjected to extreme conditions of temperature. Okay, and then if there is extreme pressure on it, okay, this leads to the change in the physical and chemical condition. The process is known as metamorphosis, which is the change of form. Okay, the form changes, and the type of rocks formed in this process are known as the metamorphic rocks. Okay, like you have the slate. Now slate, we generally, the blackboard that we use, okay, that is made up of slate, which is a type of metamorphic rock. Okay, and it is a fine grained homogeneous rock, and it's derived from sedimentary rocks composed of clay or volcanic ash. Okay, and we use it for making slates or blackboards, and generally it is shiny, it is dark grey in color. Then you have the gneiss. Okay, gneiss is an metamorphic rock which is formed from granite. Okay, and it has irregular bands of different color. Marble, it is a metamorphic rock formed from limestone, and it occurs in different colors. It is used for construction of buildings. Famous Taj Mahal, it is made up of white marble stone. Then you have the quartzite. It's a metamorphic rock formed from hard substance, that hard sandstone. It's found in yellow, brown, pink and red color, and is used in making statues. Now let's talk about minerals. Okay, now what are these minerals? They are the natural resources that we get under the ground. Okay, and they are found in rocks. Okay, and they can be of either metallic types or non-metallic in nature. Okay, now let's talk about the metallic minerals, the minerals which have metallic qualities in them. Okay, qualities of metals in them. So metallic minerals, they are those minerals which can be melted, okay, to obtain new products. Now metals like iron, copper, bauxite, tin, manganese, these are the examples. All right, so these are generally associated with igneous rocks. Okay, and they are usually hard, they have their own shine. So whatever minerals we get from metals like copper, okay, silver, aluminium and iron, so all these minerals, they are known as the ores. Okay, example bauxite, hematite, copper, copper pyrite, they are the metallic minerals or the ores which are used in extraction of aluminium, iron and copper respectively. So they use this, they use these ores, and from these ores you get you have the extraction of aluminium, iron and copper. Okay, now these metals, we generally see all these metals at home in our kitchen or for different items that are present in the home. We can see these metals that are being used. Okay, like we use they are used for making utensils. Okay, then you have machines, you have the furnitures, you have wires, even the coins that we use. Okay, the coaches of trains, aeroplanes. What is the body of that? That body is made up of a metal. Okay, so precious metals like gold, silver, platinum, we use those metals also. For what? In order to make jewelry. Okay, then you have non-metallic minerals. Now non-metallic minerals means they do not yield new products on melting. So when you melt them, new products are not made out of them. So these are associated with sedimentary rocks. They are not very hard. Okay, they have no shine. And coal, petroleum, they are like examples of non-metallic minerals. They are also known as fossil fuel. Oh, now coal. if you talk about coal, it is black or brownish black sedimentary rock. It is made from plants, okay, that have lived or died about 100 to 400 million years ago. Now, the energy in the coal is used as fuel. We use this energy which is in the coal as fuel, okay, and as coal derives its energy from living plants, it is known as fossil fuel, okay. Then you have petroleum. It's naturally occurring mineral, primarily made up of hydrogen and carbon. The name petroleum, okay, it's come from a Latin word, okay, petra, it means rock, and oleum means oil. So, it is rock oil, we can say, okay. So, it is a rock, it is so called as it is a mineral oil, it's an oil which is found in the rocks, okay, and it can be in the gaseous, liquid or solid state. Wells, they are dug deep under the ground to get petroleum, okay, and these wells, they are known as the rigs, okay. Now, natural gas. Natural gas is found in the same rocks such as coal and petroleum. It is formed from the half-decayed remains of plants, animals and bacteria. Often found in small amounts only because it can easily leak away through tiny spaces in the rock. So, that is the reason why natural gas is very difficult to find. Okay. Now, natural gas does not need to be pumped out of the ground. It cannot be pumped out of the ground. It comes under its own pressure once a shaft has been drilled. So, what they do is they drill a shaft, okay, and from there the natural gas comes out. So, now many oil wells, okay, these are they produce the natural gas, okay, which is a product of these oil wells. Methane. Methane is a chief component of natural gas. So, I hope children now you know more about the rocks and the minerals and the fossil fuels. We have to use these fossil fuels thinking about them and not wasting about them, because these fuels, okay, they take a lot of years to be formed, just like the way soil takes a lot of years to form. In a similar manner, even the rocks and the minerals and even the fossil fuels, they take a longer time to form, okay, and that is the reason why we cannot just misuse them and we have to use them considerately, okay. Now, let us do a quick recap. Igneous rocks, they are formed when the volcanoes erupt. So, when there is an eruption of the volcano, igneous rocks are formed, okay, or through the magma, that is the molten rocks, okay, to lava that comes through that, igneous rocks are formed. Granite, pumice and basalt, they are the examples of igneous rocks. Shale, it's most abundant of the sedimentary rocks used for making blackboards or slates, okay. Minerals found in rocks are metallic or non-metallic. Natural gas is found in the same rocks as coal and petroleum. Alright. So, I hope children now you followed this chapter very well and you are going to reread this chapter and get on to the back exercises. Get going.